Hey guys, really bad weather here. Absolutely horrible today, actually. Finally, it feels like autumn. I guess not. It already feels like winter. I think the temperature was below zero this morning. We haven't had autumn this year at all. Like it was very warm up until last week, and then suddenly it switched to like this December weather mode. That makes sense. Anyway, very quick report today because I had a short dream last night, and I don't have a backlog of dreams I want to like you know keep recorded. It's just what I saw last night. I have to look up what I'm trying to say. Anyway, um, so to quickly get into it, in this dream, I went to church, and the church looked like it was very big, and it looked like a Protestant church, not like the new wave Protestant like American churches. I mean like the old school Lutheran or Calvinist churches that you can find here in Europe. Um, which basically means very boring, no decorations at all, just gray walls and rows of benches. But the service was Orthodox, and everybody was wearing, the Orthodox church outfits. I mean, all the priests and altar boys and so on. And the color they were wearing was kind of strange. It was ah. I'm a guy. I don't know the names of all the colors. It was like the one between blue and green, right? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that one. Which is strange because usually the priests wear green outfits for certain holidays, like the Ascension Day, I think. And then they wear blue ones for the feasts associated with Holy Mary, right? And this one was kind of in between, so I couldn't really understand what holiday it was because it was like a special. They were wearing special outfits, so I don't know. And it was weird because, so in a normal, like in the Orthodox or in a Catholic church, you have this large area where people sit or stand, and in the front you have the altar. um, but then here it was a Protestant church, so the altar was gone. It was just rows of benches facing like the regular way, but all this service, the altar was like kind of built onto the side. It was kind of like a side altar, which exists in a lot of churches, but I found it strange because the main altar was not used and it wasn't there. So, and in the middle of the service, I noticed that my friend came. Actually, it's a girl who wrote me last week. I know her from Ukraine. Um, and she's very nice. She's very nice. I like her. And she was there. I'm supposed to. I told her I would call her somewhere this week, maybe next week, but I haven't had the time. I have like a backlog of people I'm supposed to call and talk to. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna get to you, but this is so horrible. That sounds horrible. I mean, but it's true. I cannot call everybody all at the same time immediately. Mostly because I'm lazy. And so she was there as well. She came. I don't know where we were going. I think the church was for some reason next to our university in Kiev that we went to with her, and I think she kind of just stopped on the way, and she sat down a couple of benches away from me. And what I noticed about her is that she was there wearing this really aggressive makeup. I've seen her wearing that kind of makeup a couple of times, mostly at parties. So I found it weird that she would just wear it to university, which, like bright red lipstick, the eyeliner and everything, like the whole deal. And um, she was talking very loudly. I was like, it's kind of rude, people will probably start looking at us like, don't talk so loud. We're in the middle of a church service. But and then she was gone, and then I was standing close to the altar, and suddenly one of the altar boys, like everybody gathered in a circle in front of the altar, including the priests, and one of the altar boys started giving a speech, which I'm assuming he was like he wasn't like a boy, he was like a grown-up man already, yes, but um, I'm assuming he was learning, he was studying to become a priest, he was studying in a seminary, and um, he started talking about something. It was like his graduation speech or something, or about something that happened in his class or whatever. And he was doing a lot of very strange movements with his arms. Like he was doing this and like, I don't know, like this. It was very funny. It was so hilarious. And I didn't understand. I was kind of weird out. I was like, I kept thinking, what's happening? What are you doing? Why do we all have to listen to your speech, dude? Like, where are you? But whatever. And then, let me make sure it's recording. Yeah. It's going. Oh, I'm in the shot. And then, suddenly through the door came, okay, this is random, but this is what I saw in my dream. Like, Mao era Chinese policemen, like the Hongwei Bing, the Red Guard, and they started arresting people because apparently we were in China now, and in like Mao era China, and religion is prohibited, so they started like arresting everybody and having talks with them, and I'm like, okay, everybody had to go out. Who was not a priest, and I was just waiting outside because I still was waiting for the Eucharist. I thought that it would keep going, and the place outside the church was kind of looked like the outskirts of a city. Um, like the roads were all messed up. There were bushes growing on the sidewalks. It was completely unkempt, and the buildings around us were kind of abandoned. There was like a construction. Materials thrown everywhere and like loose pieces of rock and bricks and so on. It kind of looked like a very rundown area that nobody visits. There was a car road, but there were no cars on it, no, because it was very far away from everything. So I just crossed the road. So it was like a row of houses, right? Um, and then this short road, this small road, narrow road, and then on the other side, like a sidewalk, a row of bushes and trees, and behind it began a very large field with a forest behind it as well, and the sun was shining very brightly. It was supposed to be morning, but the sun, it kind of looked like it was already like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock ish. So I'm just standing there alone. Suddenly, all the other people vanished, and I'm standing there alone, just looking at the bush. Don't know why. And then I suddenly noticed that there's this girl on the left of me, Chinese, and she's like coming closer and closer. And it was like that situation. You know the meme where a guy is standing next to a urinal and like there's a million urinals next to him, but the other guy comes in and just stands right next to him. That's kind of how it was with me and that girl, except there were no urinals, and she just stood next to me. And I noticed what she was doing was she was bouncing a rock with her foot, like like the kind of like football tricks that Ronaldo does with a football, and that she was doing that with like a rock, which looked very heavy, and she was wearing slippers. I was like, that must hurt, right? And she was like, no, it's okay. And the girl was not very attractive. She was actually, I don't want to say like straight up ugly, just not very pretty. She had a very wide face, like a flat, white pancake face, completely round, and a very narrow, small forehead for some reason. And she had like short hair, which I think was actually pink, and she had like a very northwestern Chinese facial features, which very very small narrow eyes, like the I'm not gonna show it, but you know what I mean, like the caricature eyes, which are not caricature eyes. It's just how people from northwestern China look. Um, from like the provinces next to North Korea and Russia, it's just a regional thing, whatever. So she looked like that, and she did something weird as well. Like I think she ate a rock or something, and she started talking to me. I don't remember which language we used, but she was talking to me, and she was trying to flirt. She was very interested in me, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get to this church service. So I was trying to go back in, but the door was closed, and she was like, "Can I like hang out with you?" and so on. I'm like, "Okay, let's hang out." I mean, I don't have anything else to do. And she came and hugged me. Um, and she was smiling at me, and she was very happy that I was there, and she was very happy to hug me and so on. And I kind of carefully hugged her back, and for a moment I was actually very curious what her hair smelled like. I was wondering if her hair smells good, because honestly, the way that girl looked, I had an assumption that her hair does not smell that great. They say that she had pink hair. It doesn't have anything to do with the smell. It's just that it doesn't have anything to do with anything. But so I hugged her back and I smelled her hair, and it actually smelled surprisingly pleasant. Not that great. Some girls like they sit next to you on the train. Now this happened to me this morning. There are some girls who like sit next to you on the train, and you can smell their shampoo from like a mile away. And I find it nice. I find it attractive. When a hair smells nice, or when people use a lot of perfume. I like to use perfume, and I like when my hair smells like shampoo. Her hair wasn't that you really had to smell it to to feel the smell, to feel the aroma. It wasn't that strong. It was just like regular shampoo, whatever. I don't know where I'm going with it. And the dream was immediately over after that. Um, weird encounter. Two girls in this dream actually, and both were being annoying. So I guess the conclusion is women are annoying. Regardless of how attractive they are. Joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I don't think women are annoying, but um, what else is there to say? Am I recording? I am. This is actually turning out to be longer than I had expected, and I hope I'm in the shot. Because once again, I'm recording with the back camera because the microphone of the front camera is all messed up, so I cannot see myself now. And I also cannot really record outside because then I also cannot see like what am I recording. Yeah. What else is there to say? Went to a club a couple of days ago. That was very nice because I have not been to a club in a very long time. And actually, I don't think I've been to a club since Corona started. Since 2020. This was my first time out clubbing. No, that's not true. No, it is. I've been to festivals. I've been to like parties with a lot of people, like house parties, but I don't think I've been to a club. It was a very pleasant experience, in the place where I live, there are not many young people because there's no university here, and I think I've seen more people my age in that night than I usually see in like 6 months here. It was very pleasant, and it was like all the girls when they pass by, they make eye contact with me, and they smile at me. It was very nice, very good for my confidence. And I was standing in had a very funny exchange with this one girl when I was trying to get my jacket back because we had to leave jackets. Um, she was like with a group of her friends in a line, and we made contact, and she was like, "Do you skate?" I was like, "What?" She was like, "Do you skate?" I'm like, "No." And you? And she was like, "Oh, never mind. I'm just awkwardly trying to flirt." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And all her friends were laughing. I guess a good pickup. No, I guess it's a bad pickup line if you're a girl. Do you skate? Um, Whatever. It doesn't really matter. If you're a girl, I guess. Like, you can use any line. But I know I just got my jacket and left, and apparently I left very early because um the night got crazy. What I hear from my friends, I had to catch the train home. I could have stayed, but I decided to go back home. But after that, people got really drunk. Um, Speed has been consumed, and turned out to be a great party, but I missed it. Anyway, not a big deal. Whatever. What can I say? Nothing. Have a good day.